Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Tech Team Tron's channel, where we're going to do a Siduction Linux review, the ultimate distraction or the next big Linux fixation. So check it out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. So yeah, this is the Siduction Linux review. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the share button, hit the like button. The whole idea behind this channel is if I have a technical project to do, I share it here. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, now known as X, Techtinktronics. That's our handle. That's where you can find us and all that good stuff. Without further ado, we're going to read into what Siduction Linux is. But before we do that, your support is greatly appreciated. You can visit the link tree. You can scan that, or there's a link in the description area of the video. So, Siduction Linux. Are you tired of the same old operating systems that lack customization options that leave you feeling restricted? Look no further than Siduction Linux, the revolutionary operating system that puts you in control. With Siduction Linux, your computing experience will be transformed as you unleash your creativity and make your device truly unique. And this was a truly unique operating system in a way, you know. I really had fun exploring it in this video, and you will see. One of the most notable benefits of Siduction Linux is its unparalleled level of customization. You have complete freedom to personalize every aspect of your desktop environment, from changing the color scheme to selecting different window managers. With a vast array of themes and plugins at your disposal, you could create an interface that reflects your personality and enhances productivity. So that's pretty neat. And also Um, one of the things about Seduction Linux is it's like pretty fast too. And we'll see that later on. In addition to its extensive customizability, Seduction Linux also boasts an impressive package manager with a vast repository of software. Whether you're a developer seeking powerful programming tools or a multimedia enthusiast looking for cutting edge multimedia players, Seduction has it all. Say goodbye to searching through countless websites for software downloads. Everything you need is just a few clicks away in this user friendly package manager. Experience the hassle free updates with constant updates with security patches and performance enhancements delivered directly to your system. So it's a pretty cool operating system. Very comparable to something very that you would want to use. I almost want to make it my daily driver. So on this agenda today, we're going to set up VMware and run the live disk to get to the installer, and then we're going to explore the operating system. So we're going to first set up VMware, and I do a standard setup, but this time it kind of bit me in the rear. So I find the ISO that I download it, and then I select what type of version of the operating system is already selected for me. It's Debian 11. That's the latest on there. I need to update VMware Workstation. Um, I I kicked it down to 10 gigabytes, but you're gonna need more than that. That was a big mistake on my part, and you'll see later in the video. So stay tuned. Be sure to run the live disk so that we can get to the installer. Okay, so we're ready to get it going. So I'll hit the play button on VMware Workstation 17. And this is what you'll see. Now I got a little confused because I was selecting the language, and I kept selecting the language. But what you have to do is go down to where it says boot and be sure not to select the wrong language. Make sure your language for your locale or whatever you have is selected before you hit boot. Otherwise, it'll boot in whatever language. All right, so here we are. We're booting into the live disk. We're starting the processes, and it's a nice little verbose screen there. We preloads pretty quick, you know. Just takes a matter of a minute or two, and then you're in the live environment. Would I run this on older hardware? I'm not sure. I mean, it seemed a little bit more intensive. Um, so we'll just wait at this black screen for it to load. It's just be patient. You know, it's gonna come up with this beautiful artwork. Then it's gonna flash, and I like how it takes the whole screen right off the bat. It just looks for the maximum resolution, so I don't have to do the task of seeking the maximum resolution. Then we get the default sound device cannot be opened. That's not a big deal. If you see that in VMware, this is exactly what you do. You go to the devices, and then you have to click the lines above the 40%, like I did, and select analog stereo output. It comes up with the speaker on your screen. Make sure that it's checked the same for the other things, such as the analog output for the microphone, and then you're good to go. But I really wasn't using sound, so we're going to just go ahead and install Siduction, and that's what we're going to do. All right, so we would click the install the system. It took a little longer than most systems. This is it's it's got a little weight to it, you know. I in my opinion, from what other Linux distros I've dealt with, which were more lightweight distros, this is not exactly a lightweight distro. Um, so it's going to take a little while. So I did not speed up the process. I just kind of walked us through it. We're setting up our keyboards, and then we are deciding what to do with the disk. And what I typically do is just keep it simple. Because it's a virtual disk, I'm going to erase it and just install the operating system on there. I'm a little concerned at what I see. It looks like it's taking up the whole disk. In this screen, you would fill out your name, whatever name you want to put in there. And then I'm going to type my password 4 times for the operating system and for the administrator account. I like to keep it the same. I rarely go into these, but if I keep it the same, I know exactly what password I use for what and where to go and where it's going to get me. And that's how I do it. So we click next. It gives you a summary of what's going to happen. And then you would click install. And when you do, it's going to give you a warning. You would click install now. And it's going to run you through the installation process. It's going to unpack the contents of the file, the image file, and that's going to take a little while. So the thing about that is you just got to sit tight, you know, make sure that everything's running smooth. Now, that 10 gigabytes that I allocated to this disk, this operating system ended up taking most of that. What I should have did was allocated a 20 gigabytes, and I would have had a little room to work with. So ultimately, if I want to work and get anything done with this, I'm going to have to delete the operating system and do it again. So make sure you give it ample disk space in order to be able to accomplish the tasks you want, because you need that breathing room for your data on the disk so that there's no issue there. So we're at 12%. We're still unpacking the image file. And for those that are new to the channel, be sure to check that you're subscribed. You could hit the subscribe bell below if you will. Check for all notifications, and also be sure to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to our Twitter, which is now known as X, which you'll see on the screens later on in the video. But that's what you could do while we're installing. It really helps the channel. Without you folks, what am I doing this for? You know what I mean? But it's not all about that. I also really enjoy doing this kind of stuff, and we're going to explore operating systems because that's what I do. Also, we got some other projects coming up on the channel that I'm going to kind of keep in under the hush, but the best thing you could do is stay subscribed, stay notified, and when they drop, they will drop. It's a matter of getting them together, getting parts, getting them done. But you can also expedite the process by, visiting my link tree down and uh, the information section of the video. Um, so right now we're still unpacking the image. Unpacking the image can take a while. We're currently at 22%. So we'll just wait it out, see what we have. I mean, this is a really enticing operating system for what I could see. It's well done, well put together. I like the artwork. It gives it personality. Uh, but there's always something about the different Linux distros that are um, admirable. And this one is definitely memorable because of the artwork. I kind of like the color scheme involved. It involves some colors that are nice and bright and like really vibrant and really good to look at. So we'll just let this package unpack. And, you can see the nice little slideshow that they put together. So you have tons of options with this. You could install different systems, as far as install different apps, let's just say, on the system that are applicable to your purpose. And I can't wait till this gets installed and we can see what it does for us. It's going to be a wonderful joy. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and check the notification bell. Make sure that you are notified, because we're gonna keep going, and it's just me doing tech. All right, so the image is almost unpacked, and once the image is unpacked, you'll see a few different things happen. Uh, and it takes people to make this project happen. So, support the project if it's something that you use and utilize. That's always helpful. Okay. So the image is being unpacked still. It's a fairly sizable image. It's going to take a little time to unpack. We're just showing it real time here. So you can see now the image is unpacked. It's removing some leftovers. Remove not needed BERT packages and target system. So it's going to do some, kind of behind the scenes stuff, but it kind of tells you kind of what it's doing. A little cleanup work, and you have the little slideshow to keep you entertained. It's just basically removing stuff that's not needed in your target system being the VMware instance in which I am running this on. Now it's going to install packages, and we're almost done with the installation process. So you definitely want to hang in there. It's removing 4 packages. Okay. And they were showing kind of like a history of like, their graphics for what you in the slideshow. So I wanted to show that as well without speeding it up to not lose the integrity. So it's configuring locales. It won't be long before this is all complete. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna be testing and just look around really, and the operating system, maybe install some updates type of thing. But even that was a problem because of the low disk space that I had. So it just takes a minute to get through this. Um, and it's just gonna happily, generate an interim MFS image, all that good stuff. It's installing the bootloader amount done. All is done. So the next thing to do now is to restart the operating system and explore Siduction. So that's what we'll do. So this, when you click done, what happens is it goes through this screens and it basically restarts. What you want to do is just hit enter. When you get here, it'll probably automatically do it for you if you don't hit anything, just if you're running something headless for some reason. So it gets that screen, and then we boot in, and then it won't be long. It actually boots fairly quick, and you have to type in your name. It's case sensitive, but there's no caps, so that's where I messed up. So what happens is you try to enter in, and you hit enter with your password. It won't let you in because it just says login failed. So then what you want to do is basically put in everything lowercase for simplicity's sake. Linux in this instance would like to keep everything lowercase in the username situation so that it's simplistic, and it makes sense. I could agree with that. All right, so we are loading into the desktop environment. The beautiful turtle with the elephants and the jellyfish. It has updates available, so we can check about that. So I'll go ahead and see what updates we have available. So it's fetching updates, and you'll see that there are many updates that we have. Many updates to do. So right off the bat, the first thing you want to do is when you install this is install the updates. Now, in my case, where I messed up was I tried to install the updates, but I didn't have the disk space to really accomplish the task. And my system ultimately froze, as you will see. I couldn't, shut it down the right way. That's how bad it got. Um, so I'll just do a general look at some applications to see kind of what we have. We'll take a look at the system monitor, just get a general idea, give you kind of a graphical picture of what we have here. So basically, you can see that the CPU is doing its thing. Disk space is almost all used up. Memory is 3/4 of the way there. I like their system monitor. That's pretty cool. So we'll get out of that. So we're gonna have an issue updating because we just don't have this space. You're gonna enter the password for the root. The root password is the password that we entered in the installation screens previous in the video. Um, then it begins the task of updating the software, and we'll take a quick look at some of the applications that we have, and you can see them there. And it's like it comes loaded. It comes fully loaded with all kinds of stuff. I mean, everything. It has GIMP. I know that's something that I use. Now I'm getting the load disk space message right there. So that was my clue that hey, we have a problem here. Um, so I do a general look through to see what some of the applications are. This is where they have another install for something to play around with. If you're looking for a good daily driver, definitely consider Siduction Linux. It comes really packed full of stuff, and the one thing I like about it is it does the display right. So I tried to shut it down because it just started getting really laggy because of my situation with the disk, which is not good. It's not good to have your disk acting up. So we 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 looked around some more just to see what we could find, and stuff started not responding. So I clicked shutdown multiple times, as you could see. And that's my fault for not doing the disk space right, as I said earlier in the video. So that's something I have to be cautious of. I have to have like a larger disk for more stuff. That more resource consuming distros. So basically, I'm frozen kind of with this update thing going on. I thought I'd be all right because the total size of the updates was 464.2 megabytes. And I thought I had, but it says I had 9 megabytes left. So that's no good. See, but that's very important that you give it the disk space that you need in order to get this operation completed. plus have some room to grow, plus you want to have some room to store your files and all that stuff. Depends on what you plan on doing with it. I have to install this somewhere else to be able to really make the most use of it. And so there was an issue installing the update. So you're going to run into issues installing the updates if you don't give it ample disk space, and that's my fault. But otherwise, the updates would have went smooth. But I like what I see thus far. It's no fault of the designers. It's actually a pretty good, design layout. But that's what happens if you don't give it enough disk space. It kind of some things stop responding, such as the shutdown. So we'll go ahead and we'll shut down. And I want to thank you all for watching. You have watched Siduction Linux Review, the ultimate distraction, or the next big Linux sensation. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, share the video. The whole idea behind this channel is if I have a technical project to do, I share it here. The idea in the video itself could be the technical project. Please like the video on your way out. Your support is greatly appreciated. And you could also find us on X, as known as Twitter. This is our handle. This is what it looks like, our page. Don't follow any imposters. Stay away from the fakes. And your support is greatly appreciated. You can visit my link tree in the description area of the video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.